Yes, everyone, good morning and welcome back to Football Talks. It has been a little bit of time since we did our last live show. Obviously, I've been busy, I've been away this week, but we are back this morning, back with a bang, bringing you all of your headlines from the Sunday papers, from the week before, what's going on online, with all the transfers and on and off the pitch antics from several big Premier League clubs right now. Obviously, the talk of the town is still Alexander Isak. Liverpool have been blocked. Apparently, Newcastle have said no, and Isak is furious. He can't understand why he's not been given a chance to move to Liverpool. This is going to be one that drags out all the way. Right now, Manchester United's impact on this in signing Sesko, has it stopped Liverpool getting Isak? That's the question I want to actually pose to the live chat as well. And get your comments in below. Is there anyone else that Newcastle can bring in? Is Jack Grealish heading out on a mega loan to Everton? Is no one willing to put money down on Jack Grealish? Are they not convinced? That talk is going as well. We do have that so-called update on Carlos Baleba, though, as well, which is coming up. We were talking about this just a moment ago on FUTV. We don't know if it's big. We don't know if it's significant. We know what Romano has said about Baleba and Manchester United, but we are expecting that to come as well. So big updates are arriving on our doorstep this morning, well, live in just a few moments' time. So we'll keep an eye on that and see what's happening. Obviously, the Premier League is starting. All the friendlies are over near enough now. It is the Community Shield today. It is Crystal Palace against Liverpool. What you're saying for that one, Liverpool fans in the chat, get involved. Are you excited to see all of your new players in a competitive game? Because pre-season is one thing, isn't it? Pre-season is great to see and get excited about certain things, new players, kits, everything, but all that matters is the start of the Premier League season, isn't it? So who is favourites? Who's looking the best in pre-season? Who do you think is going to go out and smash it? That's the question that we're asking this morning on Football Talks as well. Good to see so many people in the chat, different clubs as well, a variety of different fans in there. Get your comments in, and please do get your comments in the live section below as well. The Baleba news is coming up, or the update is coming up in just a moment's time, apparently from a reliable source. Realistically, I would have been doing this on FUTV, but we've already spoken about it in detail over there regarding what Fabrizio Romano has said about this. What will Brighton do with Manchester United coming with a bid for Baleba? This could open up the market completely. And a lot of opposition fans asking the question, how are Manchester United doing what they're doing? How are Liverpool doing what they're doing? That's quite clear with the amount of money that has been brought in through success on the pitch with Liverpool. Newcastle, the richest club on the planet, not able to do as much as what Manchester United are right now, I think is a question that's going around several fan bases. I get the anger from the Newcastle fans completely. I really do. And you would ask that question, but Manchester United's revenues are substantially higher than any other football club. And let's not forget, United have just come off the back of European season, so they're spending that money right now. So that's already in place. And for United, I think it's important that they obviously sell players as well. So interesting to see if Chelsea do come in with a significant bid for Garnacho. There is other stories as well talking about Xavi Simons from RB Leipzig for Chelsea. That story has surfaced again this morning. The talk has been Garnacho this week for Chelsea, but obviously Simons is there also as well as a potential target for them. I'm just checking through the news right now. The news is in, and the one we've been waiting for Manchester United fans right now. This is the Baleba update. Firstly, a big shout out to the reporter who reached out with this exclusive. Baleba wants out. Personal terms are agreed with Manchester United. Baleba has made his intentions clear. He's verbally asked Brighton to let him go to Manchester United, and it gets even more interesting because Baleba's agent has given the thumbs up to the personal terms offer. If Brighton agrees to let him go this summer, Brighton at the moment have not budged from their 100 million valuation of the player. So the interesting update on Carlos Baleba is that he has agreed personal terms with Manchester United, and his agent is willing to go all the way and make this deal happen. We heard that there is a commission cut as well for the agent involved in this. So Carlos Baleba wants Manchester United, and apparently he's already agreed to Manchester United's terms. this now is going to develop over the coming weeks. I can only guess it's going to get more and more traction, and a lot more talk will go on about it. So yes, according to sources this morning, Baleba has agreed to personal terms to join Manchester United. Normally I would be on FUTV with this news, but we have covered this kind of already, so it's interesting to see where everybody is who is an opposition fan as well. So if you are an opposition fan looking in on this, please do let me know in the comment section what you think about this news as well. Manchester United are going to have to break their transfer record. How many times is this going to happen in one summer for different clubs? Liverpool, are we about to see 3 100 million plus signings in one summer? Because Baleba is going to be pushing 100 million. Let this sink in a minute. 100 million for a player who is 21 and has only been in the Premier League 2 seasons. Sounds ludicrous, doesn't it? It sounds absolutely absurd. Again, I cannot believe that this is actually happening. As a United supporter, obviously for one, but just in general as a Premier League fan, looking at this, to see the amount of money being spent right now. Is there a case here? Here's a question for you all. Is there a case here where clubs have actually said, you know what? If City are going to do it, if Chelsea are going to do it, bend these rules, find these so-called loopholes, even if they're flaming, bleeding loopholes, they're still going through them. They have taken the Premier League to task here, and they have questioned every single part of their setup and their model, this league model, the Premier League. If City are going to beat the Premier League, then is there a chance here that other clubs are looking at this and going, we're just going to take advantage of this? I'm not saying United are doing this. I think United are still within the realms of PSR, and it's still working into them guidelines and that threshold. But is there a chance here that football clubs are actually saying, we're sick of this, that they're getting away with murder? I just feel like right now there's a lot of clubs that are not happy that we've not heard a verdict from the City case, and they're just going for it. And I think that this is now, personally, for me, I think there is a bit of a backlash from this. I think right now, I think Manchester United are looking in on this. I feel like when this case between City and the Premier League is won by City, not the 115 charges, the in-house sponsorship rules, I feel like right now, let's just say, Ineos have the opportunity to sponsor Manchester United, or one of the companies that are part of Manchester United and are owned by Ineos or the Glazers or whatever. You can put your own money in and put your own price into it. For instance, like if United wanted to rename Carrington the Ineos training facility or something like that, and the market value for that has been blown out of the window because City have won this case against the Premier League. So they wanted to name it the Ineos training facility or training academy, whatever it is. And they said, we value Carrington at 200 million. So that's what we're going to pay. That goes right into Manchester United's books. That's the opportunity that's coming for every football club. So this benefits Newcastle. Obviously, the Saudis can actually use one of their other companies that they own to sponsor Newcastle for an obscene amount of money to completely smash through that PSR threshold. I think this is what a lot of clubs are actually looking at right now as well. And don't be surprised if this happens. The announcement isn't official yet, so we're not hearing about it. I reckon it'll come after the window shuts, just so everybody can gauge what's happening. I actually think this is why Manchester United also are looking at trying to bring Baleba in now, because the market will open up completely for so many other football clubs to come in for a player like Baleba if these rules change and City win the case. Get them in now while you can, I think is the case. But if you have just joined us right now, there is news. Carlos Baleba has reportedly, according to reports this morning, said he wants United and has agreed personal terms. That is a story that is floating around this morning. We knew that Manchester United had already spoken to his agents. We know that he, according to Fabrizio Romano, was in contact the last 4 to 5 days, and his agent is willing to take a cut on commission also. This, I think, now is a chance for Manchester United to actually go in and make this happen. But it's still going to come down to what Brighton accept. And that's the question I've just asked. Are we about to see another £100 million signing? I never, and this is coming from a United fan, I never once thought I would see Manchester United in this current model spend more than 90 million, but this is what it's going to take to get Baleba over the line. You know, as I do always here on Football Talks, I don't always go on about Manchester United, and we're only talking about this because it is the main headline right now, and this has just come out this morning. So Baleba wants United, apparently he's a United fan, and this move could now escalate and start getting more traction going forward. So stay tuned to this one. This is one that is going to develop over the coming weeks now. Let's move on to that situation at Newcastle. And Newcastle in a little bit of a 2-8, let's just say, at the moment. Newcastle fans, get involved and get into the chat with me as well. Liverpool also on this one. I've seen Liverpool fans online talking about Isak comfortably, thinking they're going to get the man. I've seen Newcastle fans just wanting him gone. I've seen Newcastle just saying no. And that's the main headline, really. Newcastle blocking this move for Alexander Isak to Liverpool. That's the report from the Telegraph. Eddie Howe, on the other hand, talking in a press conference the last couple of days that I've seen, is obviously going to be asked about Isak. He wants players at this football club. There's a perfect scenario that he sees in his head that he wants to happen, which is obviously he has all of the players in a very talented squad. He wants the best squad he could have, talent-wise, obviously first and foremost. But he also wants players that want to play for Newcastle. Now, that like the biggest tell? Like, Newcastle are blocking this deal, apparently, according to the Telegraph. But then Eddie Howe is actually coming out and talking to the public and the media, saying that he wants players at his football club that are committed to Newcastle United. Alexander Isak is the complete opposite to committed to Newcastle. He's been booed, kicked, jeered out of the training ground every time he leaves it now at Newcastle. His body language in certain videos has been questioned. He just looks like he doesn't want to be there. Apparently there is people saying behind the scenes involved and close to Alexander Isak and his representatives saying now that they are staggered and absolutely fuming, rage monster moments. Like, they cannot believe what is happening. They cannot believe that they are being treated this way by Newcastle Football Club. They feel like there is an agreement in place where Alexander Isak can leave Newcastle United, but there is nothing happening at all. Nothing happening at all on this one. And Isak is wanting out of Newcastle. Everybody can see this. You don't want... You've even heard Alan Shearer come out and say, Newcastle legend Shearer come out and say, look, if there is a player that wants out, there is no one player bigger than the football club. And Isak is one of them players. He wants out. And like Shearer said, he's right. You try and find a deal that works for both. You get as much money. Thank you for what you've done for the club. Move on. There's not one player bigger than a football club. We know this. And Newcastle need to sell Isak. They need to let him go. He's got to be gone. Because if he stays, then I don't know. Like, apparently the noises are that there is players inside Newcastle now that just want him gone. They want this saga over, but they don't like him anyway. If you're not committed to the cause, then you're not going to be wanted. I don't see how Newcastle keep hold of Isak right now. He wants out. The club are blocking it, I think, just to try and keep face now. I think it's getting embarrassing. I think it is getting embarrassing, but it was, I feel now, a situation that I think looks worse because Newcastle haven't got the players that they wanted. They haven't got the Sesko. They haven't got the Ekitike. It's been a horrendous window for Newcastle. And Newcastle supporters are, I feel like they're still trusting in their ownership model. Like, they still believe that they can get some. And like, if you sell Isak, then you've got money to spend and money to burn. Realistically, when you look at it, you could bring in a couple of strikers. You could solidify the midfield. There is plenty that Newcastle can do to turn their window around, and it's not dead yet for them. But the fact that they haven't been able to bring in any of their top targets, including 4 centre forwards now in the likes of Liam Delap, João Pedro, Hugo Ekitike, Benjamin Sesko, 4 number 9s that they have gone for and not got, and have gone to rivals within the Premier League. This is why it's a little bit concerning for Newcastle right now more than anything. It's like, why are players not wanting to come to Newcastle? What's going on? Why are they not on board with what Eddie Howe wants? Is it Eddie Howe? Are they not taken aback by the project? Are they just not a big club? All of these questions are now coming into focus, because there is a lot of players that have said no. They are looking at Kolo Muani. Then Romano comes out and says that Juventus are going to get Kolo Muani, not Newcastle. You're looking at Nicholas Jackson. If he ends up going to Bayern Munich and not Newcastle, this is starting to get really embarrassing. You could say that would be 6 centre forwards that have said no to Newcastle, and Isak leaving as well. A disaster is looming. Now, Wissa is obviously a player that Newcastle have been interested in. Apparently, there is another bid coming in for him, and that will soften the blow a tiny little bit, maybe. I don't know. Like Newcastle fans, you tell me. Get into the chat. But yeah, we'll move on from that, and we'll get into your comments on that in just a moment. But again, if you have just joined us, there has been a big update this morning regarding the Carlos Baleba situation as well. Confirm Baleba has reached a full agreement in principle with Manchester United on personal terms. A deal set to run until 2030. Baleba is open to joining Manchester United, at first reported here, and it's backed by bigger outlets now. This is another claim online right now off the news that we broke at the top of the show, that Carlos Baleba is wanting the move to Manchester United, and has, according to these reports, and whether they're true or not, we'll wait for a big reporter to come out and say it and back it up, but he has agreed personal terms with Manchester United. This is moving forward at a rapid pace now. So this could be one to watch throughout the window. That's the story that's broke while we've been live, and has kind of taken us away from the original stories we were going to be talking about this morning. But that is live content for you, and when something breaks, we'll have you covered, whether it's on FUTV or whether it's here on Football Talks. There's a lot going on as well, and a lot going on with Manchester City right now. Are they going to look into bringing in another midfielder because of the Rodri situation that's happening right now? Rodri being out, are they going to be tempted into the market again? Jack Grealish may give them money, may not give them money, because the reports going around right now is that there is a £12 million loan deal going down for Jack Grealish to move to Everton. That would be some signing. Obviously, Everton sent Southampton packing, quite rightly, for Tyler Diblin, and Southampton, seriously, just need to get a grip with their pricing. Well done, Everton, by the way, for standing their ground. I love it when clubs do this. So massive kudos to Everton for telling Southampton where to go for Tyler Diblin. But the report's out now, Jack Grealish to Everton. That makes sense to me. That makes a lot of sense to me. I think that this is big. I think this is actually a really good transfer. If they can pull it off, of course. These are just the stories going around at the moment, but there has been talk of this before, so this is actually genuine, and Jack Grealish could end up going to Everton. Is it good business for City because they've got a 12 million loan fee and still got the player? Look, I don't think anybody's going to spend massive amounts of money on Jack Grealish. He is obviously coming to the end of his career. His twilight now, getting into his 30s soon. I think he's already in his 30s, actually. But what a signing for Everton that would be. That's, I feel, one of them signings that you would sort of stand up and go, yeah, that's going to be significant. He'll play every single week, obviously barring injuries. He walks into that Everton side. The only thing with this is, I was like, would Jack Grealish really want to go to Everton? I'm not saying relegation fodder. Like, there is the appeal of the new stadium, facilities and all of that with Everton. There is something there that can attract players in. But, again, it's Everton. It's not European football. You've just gone from the greatness of challenging for every single trophy there is known to a footballer throughout his career at Manchester City to relegation fights with Everton. I don't know. From Jack's side, like the story's been talked about and it's been going for a while now. I wanted to bring it up today because I feel like it would be a massive signing for Everton, but not a move I'd expect Jack Grealish to make. I cannot believe that Villa are not in for Jack Grealish. I cannot believe that there is still no movement from Aston Villa there. I'd have thought they'd have been right back in for him. But nothing yet. I think this is one that's going to obviously go all the way to the wire again, maybe. But Grealish will do a job for somebody. He has still got something, Jack Grealish. I'd have loved him at Manchester United back before he moved to Manchester City anyway. I thought he was a brilliant player. But I think that City have kind of taken something away from Grealish's game. And I don't believe that it is... like he's won everything at City, but I think he needs to be the main man. And going to Everton, I think he would be the main man. I think he does have something to give. And I think he'll be absolutely loved at Everton. It could work out well for both. I don't know. From the players' side, I'm a bit sceptical at the moment on that one. But anyway, I'm going to get into the comment section. Please keep liking the video. We've already got over 100 likes, which is massive. Thank you so much. Let's see if we can get near that 200 mark for the live show, everyone. Please keep liking the video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. We have just brought you the news that... Carlos Baleba has agreed personal terms, apparently, according to sources this morning, with Manchester United. This is big. This is massive now, and this could develop. Isak's move to Liverpool is blocked, but Eddie Howe said he wants players that want to be at Newcastle. Surely that means just sell the man, for God's sake. End this drama. Jack Grealish to Everton, another move that could potentially happen this summer. Get into the comments section, talk to me about all of them. I'm just going to scroll up now and get through this and get as many comments as I can. Jeff says, will this be the biggest spending transfer window in the history of the Premier League? I have asked that question before, Jeff, and I think yes. I don't actually know what the record is, actually. And do you know what? Let's just search this up right now. Premier League transfer record. Right, let's have a look. Let's just see what it actually is so we can see it. Oh, that's just on players. Damn it. Go back again. Just trying to find out. Premier League, summer transfer window analysis. Right. Let's see what we've got here. What is the record? Do you know what? It's not bringing up the right stuff. It's definitely... I think it'll definitely beat last summer's anyway. Just checking... no, it's not. There's not enough information on that. I can't get it up quick enough on my stream. Sorry, everyone. I was just looking there to try and find out. Someone will probably jump in and have a proper look and put it in the live chat anyway. But yeah, I think this will be, to answer that question, but I think it will be a record spend this summer for all the clubs put together. 100% it will beat a record. You only have to look at what Liverpool are doing, what Manchester United have done already, what City are doing, Chelsea as well, Arsenal and what they've spent. It's going to be up in the billions, isn't it? It's going to be astronomical amounts of money. It really is. It will be. Send him to Liverpool, let him F it all up and bring the Liverpool down. They will sell him in 2 years, as in Isak. Sorry, Newcastle fans, we've been rubbed for years under the Glazer ownership. We haven't had much opportunity to give it back. So, Geordies cannot spell... Oh, right, sorry. There's people having a go at each other in the chat there about spelling. Look, it happens. Typos happen, everyone. Be nice. Newcastle fans need a bit of cheering up at the moment. Genghis says, Newcastle are big, just not United, Liverpool type big. These are harsh facts for them. Again, it is difficult competing with big clubs. I think United and Liverpool have flexed muscle this summer. Surprising that Manchester United have flexed this much muscle. I didn't see United spending 200 million on a completely new front line. And then looking at the potential of signing Gianluigi Donnarumma and Carlos Baleba. as we just said, both of them stories are genuine and have legs, and United could still make both of them signings yet, which would be taking Manchester United spend this summer north of 300 million, which would break Manchester United's record. So if United's record is broken with no Champions League football and our worst ever Premier League season, I'm sure this summer's transfer window overall in the Premier League will be smashed to pieces, because Liverpool are about to spend their Liverpool are about to spend 200 million on two number 9s in Ekitike and Isak, as it looks at the moment, and are about to have spent 100 million twice on two different players in one summer. So it is big. Nobody's interested in the Newcastle project. Yes, they have rich owners, but it doesn't make them a big club. That from Tony. That's not taking the piss. You won't have a striker. These are facts, says Markash. There's a lot of to and fro in the chat here. Big decision. Will Newcastle United CEO make Isak make Isak stay? Keep him unhappy? Will they want to keep an unhappy player? What will Isak do? Strike or fake injury? You cannot keep a player that doesn't want to be at the football club, that has caused this much aggro. You cannot. It is impossible. It's untenable, and it's only going to make Newcastle worse, I feel. Is there anyone in the chat actually that thinks that Newcastle should keep Isak? You reckon it could be turned around? I reckon this is the perfect scenario that Eddie Howe was alluding to. That Isak changes his mind, he comes in, he apologises, and he has another great season for Newcastle. I just don't see that happening now. The reports that I've seen, how upset and how angered the Isak representatives are, and the player himself, with how Newcastle have treated him, I think there's no way back at all for Isak at Newcastle. I think this transfer will go through. There's no way that Newcastle can keep hold of a player like that, and Liverpool have got the money. Liverpool are ready to spend, so it just depends on the price, really. That first rejected bid, I think, is just going to be backed up by another one. Liverpool taking their time. I think they know the player wants to move, and I don't think they're in any rush. Why would you be in a rush if you were Liverpool right now? You've already got all angles covered with the other transfer business you've done. So, yeah, I mean, when you look at it, when you look at everything else that's going on at Liverpool as well, there's not just that story regarding Isak coming in. They're looking at other players as well. Mark Gehi, for instance, from Crystal Palace. He's not going to move to Chelsea. There's reports that he could be going to Chelsea. He's not going to go to Chelsea. He wants the Liverpool. Another player that wants Liverpool. So you could still have Liverpool spending another 170 million plus on two more Premier League proven players, obviously solidifying their position as top dogs in the Premier League right now. But again, the amount of money, like they have just sold obviously Nunez to Saudi Pro League, so there's a little bit of money back. Luis Diaz has also gone, so they've recouped what? They've already recouped over 100 million in player sales as well, so you've got to put that into the equation. That's pretty much wiping out the Florian Wirtz transfer, for one. They got good deals for Kirkez and Frimpong. So, again, good business there. Obviously, 80 million on Ekitike is big. And if you spend another 120 million, I still see Harvey Elliott leaving Liverpool as well. It is good business by Liverpool. Scary business if you're an opposition fan. But they're not going to be the only ones. You look at, for instance, Garnacho to Chelsea. We're expecting that to happen. There's more stories this morning as well. It's backed up by Fabrizio Romano that Chelsea are still in talks over RB Leipzig forward Xavi Simons. So that's going to be another 100 million probably for Chelsea spent as well on top of that. Who has had the best window is a big question. If United get Baleba and Donnarumma, United win it. And I'm not just saying that with red-tinted glasses on because that is my club, but Liverpool have always been top of this transfer window for me. I think they've outshone everybody and got the better players in and are looking very dangerous. But with United's circumstances, not having Champions League, worst ever Premier League season, you'd have thought this would have been the summer that United fell away and everybody started to really overtake United and leave them for dead. But the players that United have brought in and how we've actually conducted business has surprised everybody. It surprised me. I wouldn't have thought that this was anywhere near doable for our club, but it's still 3 weeks to go in the window, and anything can change and anything can happen. So, yeah, let's just keep an eye on what happens in the last knock-ins. But everything that's being talked about at the moment, every bit of news for every single football club, this transfer window and the last 3 weeks of it are going to be off the scale. Exciting, loads of different stories, loads of different news going around. Honestly, hold on to your hats is what I'm saying. From what I've been told and what's going on and what I'm reading, and I said this before as well on FUTV, it is going to be an absolute bonanza. There's so many clubs with deals in the offing right now. I just think teams are taking a risk. I think clubs are actually risking that financial fair play aspect. They're going in on it. And the money involved in the Premier League is giving them the chance to do this. And I think that we are going to get clubs pushing boundaries here just to get further up there and go, you know what? Even if we fall short of it, we'll just contest it. I think other football clubs just will be wound up with the fact that nothing has happened to Manchester City yet. The question is going to be asked. It is definitely going to be asked by clubs. Welsh Red there says 2.08 billion was spent last summer on players. That is going to be eclipsed surely. That has to be done. Yeah, it is. Ian James says there we've sold over 200 millions worth of players from Liverpool. Just list them out for us there, please, Ian, if you can, in the chat, buddy. I know of obviously the situation with Nunez and Luis Diaz as well. I know there's a few other players that have been sold. Obviously, you got rid of it was Konza, wasn't it, who went as well. So yeah, I mean, when you're looking at it, Liverpool have recouped quite a lot of money, and easily with Harvey Elliott leaving as well, which I expect to happen, Isak will be an easy buy, and I can see how you can afford Mark Guehi as well. Very scary. Joseph says, Adam, do you think the Glazers should be doing more as a club as the club goes through a building process this year? The Glazers should have always done more. They're an absolute joke outfit, mate. It's only through Ineos coming in and restructuring the club that we're able to do what we've done this summer. A football structure is the only reason why Manchester United have managed to get these deals done. Don't get Donnarumma or Baleba, then transfer window will feel incomplete. It gets Donnarumma, and I feel like a successful window if we get Baleba as well, and then amazing window, and all pressure on Amorim to succeed. If he brings in one or both of them players, the pressure's on Amorim, 100%. He needs to get Manchester United up that table. Let's see what else we've got in here. Chris, don't worry about Man United. Worry about your club. Nobody's interested playing for. That must be a Newcastle fan that he's talking to there. I can see the back. Do you know what? There you go. Yeah, so it's Kelleher, Konza, Diaz, Nunez, and Morton. They were the players. Right, I got it. I knew there was. Oh, I didn't know about Morton. I don't know enough about Morton, actually. But yes, I forgot about Kelleher as well, the reserve goalkeeper. But decent money for Konza, Diaz, and Nunez. Obviously, very good players, and well worth the money, apart from Nunez probably. But, and again, Saudi Pro League, you're going to always cash in. Liverpool got lucky with that Saudi deal for Nunez, didn't they? Oh, man, a player of that age actually wanting to go to the Saudi Pro League. I know it's getting better, but I still always have these doubts about it, like how players' minds are thinking with the Saudi Pro League. Like, what is you're chasing the money. You're chasing the money. Obviously, they got a loan fee for Trent as well. Don't forget about that. Like, they scraped that loan deal from Real Madrid so we could go and play in the Club World Cup. Now, yeah, I remember that now as well. Yeah, it's a good point from Robbie there as well. Yeah, Leipzig are interested in Harvey Elliott. Good signing for them, particularly if they move on the likes of Xavi Simons, like we said, to Chelsea as well. God, there's loads going on, isn't there? There's absolutely loads going on. Everybody, please, well over 900 in the room was amazing numbers again, everyone. Thank you so much. Pop a like on the video if you're loving the content. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button as well, everyone. I'm going to leave it there. I want to get your thoughts in the comment section now when the video has finished its live. So please pile in there and let me know what you think of all of the topics. The Isak, the Baleba, the Jack Grealish, the amount of money spent this summer. Is it going to be a record window? Get involved in the chat, everybody. Thank you so much for being part of the show again. We are back now. Normal content will resume this week. So thanks again for your patience. Cheers, everybody. Thank you for all of the live chats and all the stats coming in from other clubs. Love that. Love the community here on Football Talks. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you all in the next live. God knows when that will be. It could actually be a live special at some point as well, with the amount of stuff that's going on right now. But that is it. Cheers, everybody. I will see you all later on. Have a great Sunday. And again, thank you, everyone. Yeah, sorry, I lost my